like most about the school system here in Equestria. Oh, okay, I guess you're just gonna throw us right into the sketch. Would have probably been too much to ask to give us a proper intro, instead of just beginning with this question out of nowhere. I ain't even gonna acknowledge that attempt at filling the beginning with pointless dialogue, cause I was of course just asking a rhetorical question. The thing that's by far the greatest about the school system is the fact that it's so reliable. In an advanced country like Equestria, which arguably is the most influential nation in this world, you can always rely on things getting handled correctly. Like, no way that Miss Chilney would just go to rehab after only that one school day and we're once again left with nothing. And by no way, I mean absolutely way, cause that's just what's up.
You know, I really like those scenes where Robotus just has you tell us these things that we both already know of, but the viewers don't. Totally natural dialogue. You only forgot to throw in some decoy expression like, as you both know.
It's alright though, she settled for being sarcastic instead. Oh, you two sometimes really have a way of getting on my nerves, you know? Maybe I was just trying to blow off some steam, ever think of that? Cause in my opinion, it's a fucking joke that Ponyville still only has one teacher available after such a long time of missing classes. You'd think the mayor would have at least started to look for a substitute, but nope. I guess that idea is too foreign for some politicians.
Complaining doesn't help the situation. Especially not meaningless complaining like you're doing right now. It's not even justified anymore because on the off chance you didn't notice it, we're back in class right now. School started again.
Makes no difference in my book. First Chilney buries us all in a newfound hatred for dragons and then she just fucks off again. If she can't handle teaching us, why even come back at all?
It's more complicated than that. It was her blood pressure. She was getting way too heated up about the dragon topic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but a pony like her who gets offended over literally anything, doesn't she have high blood pressure all the time?
Sure, but usually she isn't trying to recover from a head trauma. That's why she took some additional weeks to fully recover.
And by the way, most of what you said is simply untrue, Applebloom. We weren't even left with nothing. We were given a project to prepare until she returns. If anything, this is a sign of her trusting us to do our work even without her being there. But of all ponies, you are the one to defend her is truly pathetic. More like empathetic. You should try it sometimes. You'd be surprised at how much less of an asshole you become.
Speaking of the project, are we about finished with it? By we, I of course mean just you and me, Sweetie Belle. Given Madam Necker over there proudly declined any part in that group effort.
Just about. I have evaluated the change of the crime rate in Equestria ever since the dragons started migrating here. Also a statistic of workplaces getting filled with uneducated employees and forced diversity quotas robbing Earth ponies of jobs.
Perfect! Combined with my graph showing the increase of inflation of the equestrian bit since the opening of Friendship School for non-ponies, that should make a good grade.
It's really comedy gold that everything you two just said was the most racist shit I ever fucking heard. I know it's what your test demanded of you, but I can't help but notice that huge irony behind it. All that racist stuff coming from Charity, who herself claims to fight exactly that. Her character has become almost a bit too real, if I'm honest.
I don't know, those statistics don't exist for no reason.
Sure, but they're always taken out of context. I mean, if I want to find a statistic of unicorn magic harming Earth ponies, I'll write a fucking list documenting only that, leaving out all the times it ain't happened. Chill out, Applebloom. We know those lists are bullshit. It's not about what we really believe, it's about giving our nutcase teacher what she wants so we can pass this class. Sometimes you just gotta swallow your pride. Hell fucking no. I ain't ever given up on my principles. The moment you betray your own beliefs, you make yourself vulnerable to those poisonous thoughts. And I'd rather go down for what I believe in than walk forward on a path of lies. Alright, enough of let's stick it to the man shit. Your principles won't help you nothing if you're not gonna get through school. Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. We've been in this year class for almost 12 years. I think that ship sailed by now. It's called status quo.
You always gotta have the last word, don't you?
Only if I'm right, Scoots. So, yeah. Always.
Good morning, class. Please settle down, every pony. Now, first of all, I would like to apologize to you for leaving you again so abruptly after our last lesson. I will not go into too much detail. Let's just say I had to take another break for my health. But now, I'm fully back and ready to pick up classes again. And I would like to begin with a new topic, which basically is an old topic. One that you can never learn enough about. Unicorns. Unicorns and their elevated status in equestrian society.
Miss Chioli?
Yes, Diamond Tiara?
Aren't you forgetting something? What about the projects you had us prepare in your absence? The ones about dragons and the problems they cause for ponies. We spent weeks working on that.
Dragons? Oh, right, you were given tasks to do. Oh, my dear, I'm really sorry about that, but unfortunately, my education plan has no further plans on the topic of dragons. I took the time to really think about the grand scheme of things, and I came to the conclusion that dragons pose a far smaller threat to us Earth ponies than certain other citizens of this land.
What? So you mean all the work we put into that was just pointless?
Oh no, honey, no work is ever pointless. You still learn quite a lot about dragons, and even though they are not the biggest problem, it can never harm to be informed.
Wait, I don't really understand this. How come you spend the entirety of our last lesson rambling about dragons and how they are reckless and brutal, really bloating out that whole topic, only to just completely drop it now?
Like I said, Scootaloo, I realize that dragons are by far not the worst offenders in our country. After all, their rough manners and their recklessness is within their nature. They can help themselves. They don't know better. Unicorns, on the other hand, they are able to know better, and most of the time they possess enough intelligence to at least be able to fight their oppressive nature. However, you need to constantly remind them of that.
So in other words, y'all just did the same fucking thing all the mainstream media in the real world did with Afghanistan. First it's all horrible and dreadful, and I know the Taliban are gonna take over. But ever since they did, all the news outlets just been keeping their dandy little silence on that country. Ain't no one giving a shit about what's going on there anymore.
That is in no way comparable to what I am doing.
Oh yeah? And why exactly?
Because I'm the teacher, that means I am right. And now enough of this nonsense. We wasted too much valuable class time already.
Ah yes. Good to be fucking back at school.
Now, first of all, we're gonna be doing a little refreshing, beginning with an in-depth study of our enemy. After all, in order to defeat your foe, you have to know them. We're gonna study the way unicorns function differently from other ponies, as well as aspects in which they are similar to us. It's important to understand what exactly it is that separates us. Most of all, it's the most obvious part of a unicorn. Their horn. Can any pony here tell me the primary use of a unicorn horn? Yes, Sweetie Belle?
It's used to cast magic.
Wrong. Apple Bloom?
What? She was right though. Unicorns cast magic with their horns.
Correct! Good work, my little fitty.
Okay. What kind of game y'all playing now?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, coming back to our topic, as Apple Bloom correctly said, unicorns use their horns primarily for casting magic. Said magic can be anything from something as harmless as levitating a pen to making an earth pony's guts melt and spill out of their mouth. Gross symmetry, right? Now imagine that happening to you. And this terrible
What the fuck was that
isn't
about?
the only one
She just
misunderstanding
completely
of the unicorn
disregarded
way.
me. Yeah,
My advice to
I've
you,
heard
always
of
be
unfair
careful
treatment
and do
before,
best
but
to
that was
avoid
just
all interactions
ridiculous.
with unicorns
Ain't
whenever
nothing surprising
possible.
to me about this. Well, maybe the extent in which she really despises you for being a unicorn. Like, I never side with her in anything, and even making my goal to question her whenever I can. And still she favors me over you. All because I got a fucking hole in this forehead.
Man, racism is so fucking stupid.
About half as much as her fucking hypocrisy. But that's just the way those ponies operate. She's probably actually incapable of seeing the parallels between her own actions and everything she says.
Or maybe she's just sick of the three of us constantly making fun of her for being such a badly written straw man. I mean, basically only you are doing that, Apple Bloom, but since I'm part of our trio, she might as well take it out on me. But let's not make a big deal of this, okay? I can handle a little injustice because at the end of the day, what you said is true. It's not like getting good grades in this class really matters.
You really are a perfect victim, you know that? You could go to the Olympics with all that mental gymnastics you're pulling off to justify her being a bitch to you.
I just don't want to bother myself with that shit. And you've seen how quickly she jumped back off that dragon train she was on. Maybe this is also just an episodic thing she has with me. Besides, I was taught to be the bigger pony. Conflicts get resolved by peace, not more aggression.
Wonder who taught you that? Was it maybe your sister as she was beating you? Since when did y'all become such a pushover?
Honestly, this discussion has suddenly gained some very unhealthy illusions. Are we really gonna go down this route of dealing with abuse?
I fucking hope not, cause that would make Robotus the biggest hypocrite of them all after the Christmas special.
Fuck you, this has nothing to do with the abuse I got from my sister.
Gee, alright, man, chill out.
Sorry, but I hate nothing more than some pony else talking about me like they know me better than I do. Like, nice of you that you want to project your own problems onto my situation, but I didn't fucking ask you to. Just leave me the fuck be. It's gonna be fine.
I like how you didn't deny that the abuse was happening, though.
Yeah, well, that was established ages ago. It wasn't a big deal until now, so why should it start being one? That would be nothing but pretentious.
Alright then, your choice. But don't come whining with us when you're sick of being Shirley's butt
So in
monkey.
conclusion, the only real secure way of dealing with unicorns is not doing it at all. Another example would be when you... Oh, is school already out? Damn, I must have talked myself into a monologue again, haven't I? No matter, then you will continue this lesson at home. For your homework, I would like all elf ponies and Pegasi to list possible ways of defending yourself against the malicious unicorn attack. The unicorns in our class shall please write down effective ways to stop them from performing said attack. Please note that while this task differentiates between unicorns and other ponies, this is merely to make way for a peaceful future. This way we can prevent conflicts caused by unicorns before they even exist, as we will all know how to combat them otherwise. I know, it's genius, am I right?
I ain't even gonna bother.
Probably for the best.
All right, class. Then have a nice remaining day. See you all tomorrow.
Let's go, y'all.
That goes for you as well, cutie my crusaders. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Miss Cheery. You too.
I will, thank you very much. Oh, and Sweetie Belle,
Yes?
I hate you.
I noticed, Miss Shirley.
Good.
I don't want to hear a word, Apple Bloom.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I think that just spoke for itself.